how play callers help their offensive line and pass protection, specifically their tackles. And this right here from the Bucks offensive coordinator Liam Cohen, who is from the Sean McVay tree, which is in turn from the Shanahan tree, which is what I posted earlier on Twitter with what the Saints are doing under Clint Kubiak, and what makes what they're doing so impressive is how much they're helping their offensive line and pass protection. So I just want to kind of run down a few of the ways that play callers can help their tackles and pass protection. Now, of course, first of all, is running the ball effectively, like the Saints have been doing, minimizing just passing attempts. That's kind of the most obvious ways. But there's a lot of different creative, more nuanced ways that you could do it when you do have to pass. Play action pass being the most obvious, which the Saints are, I think, second or third right now in play action percentage in the NFL. Typically, Shanahan tree coaches are in the top half of the league in play action percentage. That's another way. RPOs also helps offensive line because you're run blocking, right? You're not even pass protecting there. And then when you are just straight up passing, there's other ways, creative ways to provide help to your tackles. And this is a perfect sequence that shows what it looks like and then why it's so important. So this is the Bucks right here, right tackle. Their starter, Luka Decky, is out this game. So they have a backup, and you're going against Aiden Hutchinson. So obviously this could be a major problem. Hutchinson could get the better of a lot of good starters. So you got a backup here. Okay, so what do? This tight end alignment help right here provides a little bit of help. It obstructs his view at least, so that's, guys attached to the formation, condensing the formations, things like that, provides a little bit of more traffic for the rusher to work through. That's minimal but notable. However, it's this motion man that I want you guys to watch here. So let's go ahead and play it all the way through, and then we'll kind of break it down a little bit here. All right. So you'll notice here off the snap right here, Hutchinson cannot get off the ball, right? The biggest weapon for a pass rusher is your get off. And when you take away the get off like you just did, that right there is in of itself tremendous help to the tackle and the quarterback. The quarterback's back foot hits right there, and Hutchinson still hasn't even made contact with the offensive lineman because of that chip help right here on the jet motion guy. So that right there is a perfect example of what I'm talking about when I'm evaluating offensive line. And you can maybe look at the end result of maybe say the grade of the right tackle here. It could be, I don't know, like a 0, kind of like a neutral grade here potentially, whatever it is. But if you aren't considering the context of how much he's helped here, you're just missing a lot. And so in terms of evaluating offensive line, it's important. In terms of evaluating the play caller, it's important. The quarterback, all of it. Now, this is the very next play. They're not going to provide help to the right tackle, and look what happens. The very next play, Hutchinson gets a sack. Why? Look at his get off. He's able to get off the ball. Now, I've reposted this quote tweet on Twitter of Micah Parsons talking about facing the Saints this week, where he felt like he had to run through a maze, I think he said, each time he rushed the passer. This is exactly what he's talking about on this prior rep right here, running through a maze. This is what Bobby Slowick did so brilliantly last year for the Texans when they had a backup at right tackle in George Fant, specifically against the Steelers and TJ Watt. This sort of stuff right here, providing a maze, traffic, trash, whatever you want to call it, for the pass rusher to work through, is exactly how you provide creative help. And you could do this in a myriad of different ways. You can have this guy chip down. You can have this guy chip release. You could have the motion chip, the slide, of course. There's so many different ways and kind of wrinkles you could do it with. But when you don't do it, and you don't have an elite or, even a good player like Luka Decky here, this is sort of the pitfall, right, against a high-level rusher. So the why it's important is really drilled home on a back-to-back sequence here. So watch the center here on this one. We're going to go ahead and Graham Barton here. All right, play action. Baker has a beautiful pocket, a gigantic window, easy throw. Now, Wirfs does a nice job after he gets a little help here himself from the tight end. He does a good job there. But really, this is Graham Barton's rep right here. And this is the only rep I'm going to show you from Graham Barton in this game. And I think this provides a really good synopsis of what Graham Barton brings and why I am so high on him. And, honestly was coming into the draft and all that type of stuff. But so far as a pro, I have a feeling his grades are still going to be a little up and down like they kind of were last week based on what I think I saw on Twitter. And I think that's primarily due to processing and not seeing things super quick and getting picked off with games and things like that, which happened in this game as well. However, those type of things can be improved upon, especially because he hasn't played center since freshman year at Duke. But this sort of stuff, this play strength, this ability to anchor down one-on-one against a nose tackle, you can't really improve upon this. And that's why I'm so bullish on Graham Barton. But one-on-one play action jump set against a nose tackle. And this really speaks to Graham Barton and what he brings. So notice the hands, the leverage, it's from this point forward that I really want you to focus in on his lower half, his ability to create force through the ground, die slowly in his anchor, walk back very minimally, and just concede minimal ground. But it's from here. He plants that foot with some trash on it as well on that leg, opens up his hip and widens the rusher into the right guard a little bit right there, solidifies the pocket. Now, if this anchor was merely solid, if it was below average or anything worse, once Baker turns, this pocket is going to start getting compressed quickly, and he's going to have to alter his footwork. Look at how much space he has because of how great Barton's anchor is on this rep. That's tremendous. And that really, right there, this rep is the main difference between him and last year's starter, Robert Hainsey, is play strength and the ability to hold up one-on-one. This is it right here. Perfect example. It's awesome. I posted a great clip of him anchoring last week as well on my Twitter. You could go check that out. But I've seen that repeatedly from Graham Barton in his first couple games as a pro. So wanted to touch on that. All right. So I watched the Ravens game, their offensive line in this one. And if going back to last week, in my Trench Report podcast, one of my main concerns of the week was right guard Daniel Faalele for the Ravens, specifically his inability to move and just, I would call, poor change of direction skills, lateral agility, whatever you want to call it, and how that could be a concern moving forward. This is what I mentioned on the podcast last week. Okay, fast forward to this week. This is late in the game, fourth quarter. I think they're either down or tied right now. It's 1st and 10. They just got the ball back. This is high leverage. Every down is a money down at this point, right? All right, the Raiders are going to run a TE stunt, and watch right guard Daniel Faalele right here. Now it's 2nd and 19. The Ravens would go on to punt, lose this game. This is a critical play in the game, and not the reason they lost, obviously, but it's if you're picking 5 biggest reasons, the 5 plays, for the biggest reasons why they lost this game, I mean, you could probably put this one in there. And I just want to focus in on this, and this is exactly what I'm talking about here. This is a TE stunt. At this point forward, Faalele sees it, right? He, at this point, needs to power step, drop that hip, redirect, and move inside, get that inside hand up, impede Crosby in some form or fashion. I mean, ideally, you get in front of him and cut it off, but just impede him, right? You got to slow him down, give Lamar a chance. He steps under himself right here. And this is why I said I think he's too big. Like, this is just, 6'8", 6'9", 380. I mean, and you can't redirect hardly at all. You step under yourself right there. See that inside foot? He doesn't gain any ground. He literally just steps under himself. All right. So and look, I mean, he barely touches him. Sacked. So that's my main concern with Faalele. Now, he does bring some nice things in the run game. That was his appeal coming out of Minnesota as a prospect. I think that's obviously why he's in the lineup, for what he could do, creating movement at the point, on those double teams with kind of, undersized guys alongside of him, things like that. But in pass protection, high leverage, money down sort of scenarios against high level competition where he has to redirect, mirror, stay in front of guys, this is going to be a problem. So definitely a concern there moving forward. All right. So we're going to go on to one rep from Joe Alt in week 2. And I think this is a great summary of why Joe Alt was picked where he was in the draft, top 5 pick, I think he was. This is it right here. So let's watch this all the way through, focus in on him, see if you could kind of guess, what I'm going to highlight here on this one. So when I watched this the first time, I knew it was pretty special, but you really have to kind of go through it in slow-mo to really understand kind of what's going on here. So let's break this down. He is truly one-on-one right here, right? Let's break this down a little bit slower. Okay, so he's getting a cross chop from the edge rusher right here, right? Cross chopping that outside hand. You can see the inside hand of the rusher coming over to cross chop. Boom. He cross chops it. Now right here, all his arm is bent at the forearm, and he basically has a flipper kind of like elbow forearm into the chest of the rusher right here. This is a vulnerable position, a compromising position, as I like to say. These are the reps that I search for when I'm evaluating offensive linemen. All right, let's play it forward. Now he's going to redirect the rusher and attempt to hump move or inside club alt over. He got him going upfield. He got his body weight leaning a little bit. Now he's going to try to use that momentum against himself because he sees the quarterback stopped. He's even with the quarterback. He's going to try to break off his rush and go back inside. Now, this is the special part from Joe Alt. Do you see how quickly he gathers his feet right there? That right there is a special play from Joe Alt, especially considering it's his second career game, period. The first time he's ever played right tackle. He's 21 years old. There's the context of this, and he's 6'8". I mean, this is special stuff. Cross chop, counters with the inside club kind of hump move. Alt right here gets into a little bit of a compromising position, but this is where I would put on my scouting notes if I was writing this down. Impressive body control, recovery balance, the ability to get out of compromising positions, and I put like a double plus on it. And this is the kind of rep that I would show right here in my notes. Look at how quickly he gathers. That is zero fat on that whatsoever. And he's in front of it. And then he has the ability to still redirect again and stay in front of it. Herbert's moving into the rush. Look at Herbert. He's able to get this off clean because Alt is just locking up, clamping his guy, which I think that's Jadeveon Clowney. He gets the ball off. Now he sails it a little bit, but that we're not focused on the result here. It's the process. The fact that Herbert was able to have this much time in the pocket and go over, pump, stop, do all this kind of stuff, and Joe Alt is locking up his guy like this is just, I mean, I can't emphasize enough how impressive of a rep this is. So just one more time. Cross chopped, recovers. The center of gravity there is just special. Recovery balance, stays in front of him, clamps him up. Wow. That's kind of all you need to know from Joe Alt through 2 weeks of the season right there. I mean, honestly, I don't think I'm mischaracterizing it at all. So, all right, let's go ahead and watch some Zach Frazier now. So Frazier, this was an awesome game to watch for Frazier. He was matched up for the most part in this game against DJ Jones, who I don't think is on the field right now. Nose tackle for the Broncos, used to be with the Niners. Really good player. He actually backdoored Frazier twice in this game and got him. So it wasn't a perfectly clean game from Frazier, but I think it was an awesome game nonetheless, especially for, rookie center in the second game. Now, this guy right here looks like J.J. Watt. Number 99 has the same arm brace that Watt used to have. It looks like J.J. It's Zach Allen, who I talked about on my trench report last week as one of the best players in the league last week. Just for that specific week, I'm not saying he's, on the level of Chris Jones or anything like that in terms of interior rushers. However, I think he's extremely underrated. So we'll point that out here. But watch Zach Frazier on this rep because this is just outstanding. And I think it's pretty easy to miss. So he's sliding right. He has a very good interior rusher one-on-one. He is going to get a little help here in a sec from the left guard, but let's just focus on this. Sliding left, or excuse me, sliding right. Allen, of course, is going to try to cross his face. Look at the catch hand from Frazier right here. This position right here is where some guys could get into trouble, especially with this looper, and there's just things to process, whatnot. You could be a tick late here, and it could be really bad really quickly. Watch this inside hand from Frazier. There. See how it gets onto that chest and sort of clamps him? Now, let's go a little bit further. He's able to get two hands on him, and he's able to sit there and brace and anchor and wait for that left guard to come and help. And then look at how firm he is right there. Now, also keep in mind that the quarterback here, Justin Fields, is stepping into him, right? He's super shallow in the pocket. So let's factor that in. The ball snapped here. He throws it here. He throws it at 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage right there. So that's very shallow. So keep in mind, Frazier's doing a tremendous job of anchoring right here, considering he's anchoring, what is that, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Frazier has a firm anchor on the guy, granted with a little bit of help. That's tremendous. But this is just awesome stuff from Frazier. Easy to miss, but it's inside catch hand, that drag hand right there, clamps him up, and then he finds his anchor. Nice help from the left guard. So that's one rep. We're going to watch a few here for Frazier. Okay, here he is against DJ Jones. All right. Again, I want to focus on some nuance here. So it looks like split flow zone left with the slicer coming across to the right, the offensive right, that is. So he's essentially, this is a one-on-one sort of base block right here, zone base block against a nose tackle. Inside hand is critical, but the part that I really want to focus on is from this point forward. So DJ Jones is eyeing the mesh point. He's going to try to stack Frazier and get involved in this play somehow, right? The running back cuts it back, follows the slicer. This right here. So Jones, to, I would say, a good amount of centers right here, is either going to press him back into the runner more and or be able to shed across his face and get more involved into this play. But look at how firm and in control Zach Frazier is right here. Jones can't even get a handoff, into the lane. He can't get any color into the lane, nothing, because Frazier is so dang strong and his grip strength is so good on this rep right there. This is it. And look at this position from Frazier. He's just a master grappler. You could see that he was an elite level wrestler in high school, 4-time heavyweight state champ in West Virginia. And this was all over his tape at West Virginia. And now, because there's so much room over here, this block doesn't look like anything too special. But let's just try to isolate Frazier and just pretend like there was some trash over here where the running back had to kind of get skinny right here or anything like that. Frazier is in such command right here that the back would have a lot of options. That's kind of the point. But just that level of command on the backside to seal the backside lane, to me, is one of those little but I think important things that he's showing on film that is just super impressive. It's classic Frazier right here again. All right, now let's focus in on him on 94 right here. Watch this inside hand, or this left hand of his. Right here. See how he's clamped up underneath inside his frame and he's creating torque right there. Look at that. He has 94, the defensive lineman's arm, locked right here. It's clamped right there. And he's just torquing him into the adjacent defensive lineman. The left guard didn't even need to do anything right here. I mean, very subtle kind of, he does his job here, the left guard, but that's Frazier doing the heavy lifting. Look at the displacement right here. Look at this lane off of Frazier's backside. I mean, you can't get much better than that. And this is just play strength, and leverage. This is Frazier. This was him as a prospect. This is why I liked him so much. This is why he's one of my guys in the draft. Because typically, when you see guys with elite level play strength in college executing pro style concepts like he was doing, that typically translates, and we're seeing it translate, I think, in the NFL right now. All right, I just want to put this in here because this is Zach Allen. So watch Zach Allen here, loose three, kind of a 4-eye, almost 5 technique sort of alignment, one-on-one against James Daniels. Look, notice Daniels has that helmet kind of pad thing on. That's always stood out to me since preseason. He's one of the only offensive linemen I think wearing it right now, but it definitely stands out. Almost looks like a bobblehead. It's kind of funny. Anyway, Daniels is playing pretty good this year. But anyway, look at Zach Allen on this rep. Stutter. See how shifty this dude is? I mean, he's balling so far this season. So I just want to put this in here because he forces the incompletion, just beats the right guard clean, and he's having a heck of a year. He's a really underrated player. So just want to kind of throw that one in there. This one's tremendous from Frazier. I mean, this is so awesome. I could geek out on this stuff all day. All right, front side combo right here with the right guard James Daniels. So the part I want you to focus on is right here. The right guard's gone, right? And DJ Jones has every opportunity in the world right here to stack Frazier, get him off his frame, and work his body back over here across the top, scrape, and get back into this lane. But watch how firm again and how commanding Frazier is to seal this off. Look at that. To get his hips through the block, look at DJ Jones over here. Totally sealed off. This lane is created because of Zach Frazier. That's a heck of an effort. The strain on this block is just tremendous. That's a big time block. I mean, Frazier just road grading the linebacker here. Just want to put that one in here. Uncovered climb, stab and release. All right, that's the technique here. Inside hand stab, kind of, because this guy's trying to cut off this defensive tackle. Okay, stab, eyes on the linebacker. I really like this point forward. You could overrun this if you were a lesser athlete. You could see how he has momentum going this way. Watch him gather, come inside out on the linebacker and widen him out. Really good angle. I would say good timing. Excellent hands. I mean, and if 97 didn't get back into this play, another cutback lane would have been created by Frazier there. All right, so I just want to touch on Frazier a little bit there. All right, now we're going to really focus in heavy here. Just a warning. I think the rest of this episode right here is going to be on Layden Robinson, the Patriots right guard, rookie right guard from Texas A&M, who was one of the best offensive linemen in preseason, and it's carried over so far into the regular season. So this is him against Byron Murphy, first-round pick from Texas, fellow rookie right here. They had some good back and forths in this game, but we're gonna go ahead and just kind of get into this, and I'll add context as we go. So this is actually a David Andrews highlight. We got a couple slabs in here that I threw in. Guys uncovered looking for work and just knocking guys on their butt. So watch Andrews here. He's done this many, many times in his career. Uncovered. He's just getting ready to uncork. Boom. Okay, that's nice. Watch Layden. See Layden? Watch this. Play action. He's going to get a hold of the rookie right here, Murphy. Gets a knockdown. I think he had 4 or 5 knockdowns like this last week, and he had another 4 or 5 this game as well. He's probably, I know for a fact he's leading the team in knockdowns so far this season, and I mean, I bet good money that he's going to probably, win that this year. Onwanu's, close as well. But the right side in terms of power is really fun to watch in New England. But he's always looking for an opportunity to create torque and get guys leaning and just get a full body on a guy on the ground. And, he's able to get that early in the game there. This one is nice. Even though he gets pushed back a little bit here, this is a tough block. I mean, Murphy's firing off the ball low. This is, double team right here. But I like how he's able to flip the script on him, get his hips involved in this, and create torque again to get him widened out like this and to create this lane right here for the back. This is a really good, I would say, recovery because initially right there, he kind of gets knocked back, but it's this part right there that is really nice that you don't see a lot of guys do. So that ability to brace, I would say there, and get a guy torqued over is pretty nice. And that was Jerron Reed, I believe there. Nice snatch. This is one of his only ways of winning in pass protection right now. That's kind of the area of his game that still needs refinement. Although I don't think it's as bad as some people I've seen on Twitter mention, like he's a total liability. I don't think that's the case. But I do think that that's the weak area of his game. However, this is a really nice rep. 2-eye, rookie, gets the inside hand in, and then the outside hand right here follows it up, snatches that hand, gets him on his face. Another knockdown. All right, so this isn't a Layden highlight. Watch the left guard right here. Watch this, dude. This is a big time body blow right here. I'm probably going to cut this one up individually and post it. This is big time. Watch this. Left guard. Oh my gosh. Let's watch this. Oof. I mean, this is a body blow. Hashtag body blow. This is why 74 is on the field right now. Because he could do this. Oof. I mean, what a collision right there. That's phenomenal. Look at this hook from Layden Robinson. Watch the right guard on the rookie right here. Right guard, or rookie versus rookie. Now, not the most difficult block in the world. I mean, he's a tight 3. If he was out here, it'd be a little bit more impressive. But nonetheless, he's going to hook him. See that right there? Really nice job of reaching and hooking his guy front side of zone. Boom. Really nice job. This is more of kind of that recovery ability that we touched on earlier, where I think it was Jerron Reed or Murphy, I can't remember, who kind of knocked him back a little bit, and then he's able to torque him over this way last minute. Now watch this one. This is Leonard Williams, who's a really good player. Watch this one right here on this little shuttle pass type thing. Watch this. See how he gathers and absorbs Williams right there? Very firm at the point of attack. And then he's trying to slip outside, but look at Robinson flip his hips and widen him out to secure the lane. This is the ability to move, to kind of think quick on your feet, having the play strength to do so, to absorb contact, stopping power, and just play strength overall. I would say size, length, play strength. I mean, he's able to match up with a dude like Leonard Williams one-on-one and handle him himself. And that's big time from a rookie in your second game. See the little pushing. I mean, he's chippy. I love the way he plays the game too. He brings an edge to the field, which is really, really great to see. Oh, this is a beautiful finish right here. So 90, this is Jerron Reed right here. Been playing football a long time. Former first-round pick, I think, too, from Bama. One of my favorite things from Layden Robinson on his film at Texas A&M coming into the draft was his snap timing and his ability to get off the ball and play on the plus side of the line of scrimmage. I noted that in my notes a lot. Watch that. Watch that on display right here. Boom, plus side of the line of scrimmage. Just that get off right there. I mean, ball's in his court now. He's in control. Right? And he stays in control. Now Reed's able to get a hand onto the ball carrier, but watch Layden Robinson finish this and pile drive this dude into the dirt. Boom. Right there. Full body pancake right there. Whew. He felt good after that. I mean, these are big boy blocks from this rookie, man. I mean, it's impressive to watch. Oh, you see the rookie right here again, Layden Robinson. Watch this. This is really pretty. Using that length, snapping it, picking it up. It's a really nice job from Robinson here. So he has a 2-eye. And they're going to run a late kind of developing TE right here. Leonard's trying to set this up nice. He's going swipe outside right here, double swipe, rip. But look at this right here from Robinson. High hand, low hand, inside hip, inside hand on that hip, feeding him. Really good job right here from start to finish. Gets that inside hand on him. See that inside strike, right? Watch this inside strike. There. Works it immediately to the hip. It's good teach tape right here. Passes it off. He's in position, eyes. There. Picks it up. Boom. Perfect. And, he gets tripped up right there. Perfect rep right there from the rookie. So that's encouraging to see. I love this one. Look at Reed right here calling for holding. Look. All right, let's break this one down. I love this. All right, they're running a draw, double team. Okay, Andrews is gone, so this is where it gets tough, right? Now you're one-on-one on the overtake. So what happens right here? The running back's going to cut it right through here. And now Robinson has to be firm on this. He has to keep the defender into his frame. He can't allow separation right here. He can't get stacked. And he has to move his feet because right here, this could easily be a hold if he didn't move his feet. This is on the line, right? This is toeing the line really nicely. He moves his feet and keeps him inside the cylinder of his body, and that's why the ref can never call that. And that's why it feels like holding. Reed's already calling for holding, and the play's not over right here, right there. He wants the flag. But he's never going to get that flag. If Robinson is going to move his feet like that, so watch this. Okay, Andrews is gone. There, he's gone. He's off the block. This is where it gets tough. Move your feet and get vertical right here as the overtake guard. And strain. It happens in the blink of an eye right here. But the fact that he moved his feet and got his hips back in front like that, man, that's a good piece of blocking right there. Yep, call for hold all day. Never gonna get it. That's you'd love to see it. All right, let me figure out. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so the Patriots have gone 6 offensive linemen. I don't know how many times this year. I'd say a handful for sure. That 6 offensive linemen is rookie. Was your 4th-round pick, Kaden Wallace from Penn State, who I liked coming out. It's a great way to get your young guy on the field, right? I mean, he almost, he was competing for a starting job this year. I think he actually played left late in this game too. But anyway, 6 offensive linemen, right? Watch this block. That's how you make an impact as a young guy, getting a handful of snaps a game, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. I mean, this is a double with the tight end. He gets that bump right there. I think that's Hunter Henry. They're running pin pull right here. He's the pin, right? You got to pin Leonard Williams. I mean, you're a rookie. You got Leonard head up, staring you straight in the face. 4 technique. Tough block. Tough block. That's Leonard Williams. All right, he's square. I like his pad level. I like his hips. He's trying to get through here. But the tight end is gone. And now it's all him right here on this overtake. And watch him on this complete this. Good strain. That point forward, that transition. See how he's high? Look at the transition right there to lock him up and secure that lane. And he look at this right here. I got to imagine Scott Peters is watching this, the offensive line coach, and is, praising him on that one for sure. I would bet pretty good money on that. That's really, really nice. Really good stuff. All right, I think we're back to Layden here. Yep. Yeah, this is, I can't remember if this was like a short yardage situation, but just look at the movement on this, man. I mean, he's the drive man on this double with Onwanu against Leonard Williams. what I say by dry man, he's the one taking the brunt of this, right? He's heavy on this, right? And Onwanu is giving him a bump. But just look at how he gets into this block, and then watch how he gets on the plus side of the line of scrimmage. And look at how both of them, see that vertical displacement right there? I mean, that's 5 yards that you'll take all day long. And I mean, if you got a rookie who could spearhead a double team like this against a really good player, you could be in much worse situations as an offensive line unit, that's for sure. This is kind of simple, but it's just an uncovered climb right here. I like the track though. He's a little late off the ball here, Robinson, that is. Ball's snapped. Look, he's late. That's okay. See how he covers that inside gap? I really like the track. So now he's putting himself in position to work inside out on that backer while protecting that A gap. And see how he gets extension on this backer right there? Uses that length and then follows it up and secures it. This is a big reason why you want guys with length, right? Why guys want guys with length. I think this is kind of a good example right there. See that? Just to be able to create that extension and press a guy off of your frame like that. And not only that, but he maintains contact right here. The guy just doesn't break off clean. This is nice, but if he breaks off clean right here, then it's kind of a moot point. But he doesn't break off clean, right? So that's a nice block right there from Robinson. It just kind of speaks to all the things that he does well. Now, Robinson did lose a couple reps in this game against Byron Murphy that I don't have cut up. He got beat for a sack. It was just not a great set. Murphy was in a 2-eye, and he kind of pried him open, beat him for a sack. There was another one where I think his feet got caught up. It was near the low red zone, where he kind of got driven back. So it wasn't and he also got I want to say he got backdoored once on a back block against Leonard Williams, who was in a 0 technique. Those were the 3 reps that he lost in this game. I don't have them cut up, like I said, but I'm not trying to say this is like, a perfect game for him, but the strengths that I'm showing you, I think are very real, and I think that they'll sustain themselves, and I think that they're able to be duplicatable. I mean, these are one-on-one wins. This is high-level play strength. This isn't fluky stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's just afternoon on Monday, so I've only watched 5-6 games so far, but I wanted to do this film room initially off the jump and just kind of give you guys something, kind of my early reviews of the week so far. I'm going to be watching all the games like I do every week and posted clips. So stay tuned to my accounts on Twitter, Instagram. You'll have more, maybe another film room, and I am going to do the trench report as well before I start getting into college tape again later this week, which I'll have more on that here for you guys soon. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.